Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. It's awesome to see you, friends and colleagues in the industry. Today, I will be sharing to you how you can generate leads for your business through paid ads marketing. And I appreciate all of you who are here right now, who are taking your time off for you to be able to learn how you can grow your business via paid ads marketing. Okay? In this presentation, I will share three important stuff. First of all, the common mistakes BPOs and agency make before creating ads. Second, how would you know if you are ready for paid ads marketing? And lastly, the lead generation blueprint that we use, we will also share it to you so that you can generate more sales traffic more you can generate more relevant traffic leads and sales for your BPO and agencies. So just a disclaimer, I'm not teaching you any get rich quick scheme because there will be mention of ad spend that we have done and some conversion. I'm not teaching you any quick scam. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that what's working for me may also work for you, but you need to put in the same process that I've put into place in doing ads, paid ads marketing. Third is the numbers that are presented here are real and used for presentation purposes only. Okay. Fourth, your success in doing paid ads marketing for your business will only be commensurate to the level of commitment of how much work and assertive action you put into it or in implementing the blueprint that I will be sharing to you at the end portion of this presentation. Fifth, I don't represent any Facebook, Google, or LinkedIn or Bing because I'll be mentioning some of their brands here or the third party app mentioned. What I'm sharing is I'm sharing it because they may be relevant to the discussion of paid ads marketing. And lastly, if you'll be hearing some organic noise, I apologize in advance because I'm a full-time work from home dad since March 2020 during the when the quarantine was implemented. And now we're still working straight from home all in cloud with me and my team. So allow me to introduce my team. We are from ESTRAT Digital Marketing. We're based in Vismin because we have team members from as far as uh, um, Butuan, Sikihor, and we've been in the industry for about 10 years already. We've won several international awards, managed different nationalities, several clients, and managed around 58,000 campaigns. And one thing that we've realized working with clients for over these years is that the clients doesn't really uh, the client is not really concerned on how much income they're not really concerned about how much traffic that they get. Apologize, how much traffic that they get. They are only concerned about the quality traffic, leads, and ultimately sales that they generate from each campaign. That's why in ESTRAT, we have refined the process of how we can generate quality traffic, leads, and sales for our clients because this is more or less the KPIs that is relevant to the client for them to grow or scale their business. And this is what one this is the stats that we've done so far for the past 3 years. We've managed several clients, and we've done around 200. We've generated around 200 million impressions for our client, and generated around 1% of or around 0.5% of that clicks. And we've spent around 2.7 million in terms of ad spend, and our ROAS or uh, return on ad spend is 6:1. This means in our campaigns, we're able to generate $6 or equivalent to $6 for every a dollar spent. Isn't it amazing? What do you think? Because most often we've heard that there's around 5:1 ROAS, but for us, we're able to really go as high as this. That's why it's really relevant that you're able to test and optimize your campaigns. It's not enough that you launch your campaigns. You need to test and optimize and find the right mix of ad set criteria, and the right ad for you to be able to generate so much traffic, engagement, leads, or sales in getting new clients, or perhaps somebody who's really ready for hiring a new client or a new uh, staff for their client. Digital ads is important because 75% of searchers says that paid ads makes it easier for them to find the information that they need. And it's true, because if you're looking at the search engine ranking page, the the top most part of the search engine ranking page, the bottom part and the side part are always dominated by ads, especially if it's a money keyword. So if it's a money keyword, meaning uh, big agencies have identified this as a keyword for them to be able to reach a specific segment of the market that they want to target, then they go for it. Okay, second, if if you want to get a return of around $6 per ad investment, or per $1 investment, one of the things that you should consider is Google ads, Facebook ads, or the digital advertising. Because yes, it's true that it remains email marketing is one of the leading source of leads and sales, and second is uh, SEO. But the thing is, it takes a lot of time for it to warm up, or I mean, it takes a period of time for you to be able to get to a level where an audience is ready for purchase. So you're warming them up for the purchase, and depending on the level of readiness the customer is, then basically you will have that much of a challenge for you to be able to prime them for sales and leads. With paid ads, you're able to really target the right audience at the right time, and then push them an offer if they're ready. Third is 30% of the traffic leads in 2019 was generated via paid search. That's why it's paid search is one of the key strategies that you should use when you're doing digital marketing. Don't forget, it's a really important strategy. Now, this is the three common mistakes BPOs and remote agencies make when they do paid ads or digital advertising campaigns. First, most of those agencies that approach us, they don't have any business plan, because we always work with startups, and most often startups just have speech decks, and they have assumption clients that they want to target, but in the end it hasn't been tested yet, or big agencies coming to us but they don't have digital marketing plan. And it's really important, because with the digital marketing plan, or the business plan at the least, is we're able to see the strategic goals of the company, who are their buyers that they want to target, and then what is the journey of a certain buyer that they have identified, from being a stranger, becoming a uh, prospect, becoming a customer, and then totally becoming an advocate. And it takes a lot of understanding on what content triggers them, so that you can use this also in creating the right ad that will bait them to your ad, and then finally to your funnel. Next is, it will also provide you who are your competition, what are they doing, and then lastly, it is important that you know what are your competitions are doing. And if you have all of this initial information, the digital marketing agency that you can tap, or a person that you want to hire for digital marketing or digital advertising, can do the digital advertising plan for you. That's why common mistakes, you're talking to a digital marketing agency and you literally have nothing. So you should have at least basic information before you talk to them. And then you can qualify their presentation if they are presenting to you already the strategies that you want done on digital advertising. Okay. Second is there's no landing page or funnel. We had been taught for a long time that in digital marketing you should have a website for your presentation. That's true. The thing is, we've designed a website that is more or less like a an online brochure. And for the past 2 years, we have realized that you can optimize your landing pages for you to be able to lessen your spend by 69% and increase your conversion by 290% and boosting your lead gen by 9 times if the design of your website is strategically designed like a funnel that is targeting your target buyers. And secondly, your ad spend is way, way lower when your landing page is effectively or efficiently optimized. That's why for us, we always use third party landing pages like lead pages, unbounds, especially because these pages, these third party platforms had mastered how they can optimize, how fast can they deliver this landing pages to the client when they click on an ad. And the third common mistake that clients make is when they do paid ads marketing is they just set it and then forget it. And most often they just remember it when the billing comes. And that's a wrong assumption about ads because you need to test and optimize when you do ads. And that's why it requires a certain level of time investment and learning investment for you to be able to maximize it for your business. That's why in the beginning of the presentation, I already emphasized to you that this is not a quick method for you to do something. If you want to bring paid ads marketing in-house, then you need to learn the process of how it's done fundamentally and test it in according to what works well. And there are a lot of trainings available out there. Even uh, Facebook has blueprint modules. Even Google has an academy where you can learn all of these things. Just the fundamentals first, and then go for strategies, apply, and then learn from it. How are you? How would you know? Okay, how would you know that you are ready for paid ads or your company is ready to invest in paid ads? First is if you have learned the digital advertising fundamentals, then it is high time that you consider another form of lead flow from digital advertising. But I would like to reiterate that this is not an easy task to do because it will require some level of expertise for you to be able to test the ad, get higher return on investment or ROAS, and then increasing the conversion per leads and testing landing pages and ads and what ads works well for these types of campaign. And it requires a lot of wisdom and it will take some years to develop that, but it's not the end of the road yet because if you're able to tap somebody to train you or tap an agency to do it for you, then you need to learn what this is all about first because uh, you might be focused too much on the cost rather than what it can bring to you, especially if there's no fixed or focused uh, customer buyer persona yet and the agency has yet to understand it yet. Okay, that's why it's really important that you learn the basics of it, digital advertising fundamentals, and you are ready for paid ads if you want more leads fast. That means, example for this one, I tried to look for one of the money keywords on BPOs and this one, BPO in Manila. So when you type BPO Manila, one of the agencies appear on top. And when we did a reverse engineer on the company, we realized that they were running 15 ads, and uh, we this the monthly budget is around 2,290, and the target visitor is 285. You might say, the ad visitor is very low. Yes, it might be low, but if they're investing that much, that says another thing. It may it may mean that these ads that they're putting there are really working for them, and they're earning more. That's why they're investing on it. So these are one of the things that you need to consider. Look at the competition. What are the keywords that they're targeting? How much traffic are they getting? How much are they investing? And then see how you can make it better. Testing, optimize. Okay? Now, if you're ready to implement paid ads marketing for your business, let me share to you the 5-step lead generation blueprint that we follow every time we have a new client who wants to have paid ads applied for the business. But for eStart, what we normally do is we start with a 360 digital marketing audit and see which are the opportunities for this business. And then we let them decide which are their priorities. That's why it's really important also if we can see what's their plan and goal, so that if they want immediate results, then we always suggest paid ads. But if they are looking for long term, then we always suggest content marketing and SEO, for that matter. Now, these are the 5-step lead generation blueprint that we use in generating leads for our clients. Here we go. Ta-da! Okay, lead generation success blueprint is composed of 5 essential parts. First is plan. Second is produce. Third is promote. Fourth is polish. And the last and critical strategy of that you need to do in the all the process is test and optimize. Let's go first with plan. Planning will the planning stage is critical part. It's essentially the foundation of everything. What the digital plan is all about, which is the summation of who's your buyer persona, customer journey, what's their content, how you want to target them, what triggers them, what's emotionally triggering content for them, because this is the same content that you will be putting on an ads, an image, on a text. What are they looking for? What's their problem? And then you put it, you create the ad according to these keywords, and bid on it. Okay. Next is skyscraper method, is stacking of content. I think you're familiar with a skyscraper, and a skyscraper is composed of different levels of content, diba? Different levels of content. Now, in these different levels of content, these levels of content will also push your buyer one closer to a sale. So this is a keyword mapping strategy. It's not just a keyword research strategy, it's a keyword mapping content that pushes your target audience one step higher at a time. And also, we always create one page landing page per target buyer persona. Again, I would like to emphasize that when you have a buyer persona, how many they are, you should have at least one page landing page specifically for that. Why? Because every buyer persona is unique and they have unique requirements. If you want to specifically target them, then you work on it. Okay? Now, you have limited manpower, then you focus on one buyer persona first. How would I know who's my buyer persona? You can always go back to your existing client base and look into the information. Who are they? What they do? What is more or less their background? Or you can always check into the competition. You can always reverse engineer their existing website. What are the keywords that they're targeting? You can always look also on their ad investments. What are the keywords that they're investing in? And see what's the landing page. You can even reverse engineer their landing page, especially those pages that are ranking number one. Okay? And lastly, you can never feed somebody one time. Diba? If you tease somebody, you pinch one bit of information that will tease them one at a time. That's called drip rock method. Are you familiar? I think you're familiar with a rock. When you constantly pour water in it, depending on how strong the pressure is, it will literally break in time. That's a drip rock method. The same thing with what you need to do with your content. You need to pinch one content at a time to them for them to be able to refine or to prepare them for the next level. If they are cold, they become warm. If they are warm, they become hot customers until they become advocates of your brand. Now, as soon as you're able to identify this plan, then you start producing. If you don't have branding, because one of the common problems that we see with clients is that when they start implementing digital strategy, they are already lost in their branding if they have any. That's why we go back to the branding manual, see to it that aligns with still with the brand manual. Then also you need to complete the sales funnel, where they drop, what's next, and so on. Then you also need to organize also the content depending on the preparedness of the client. And then also content mix. Now, as soon as you're able to produce all of this content and they're ready for dissemination, that's the time that you promote them. There's two ways of promotion: organic and paid strategies. Now, organic is where SEO comes in, and then natural engagement comes in. But example for Facebook, the engagement is around 1 to 5% only. It's pretty low. So if you're doing Google search, Google SEO, that will also depend on how important your content is and how many backlinks that you can provide to that content. And it will take some time for SEO. When we ask people, when we have new clients, we always say them that we can rank it in 6 months, because it depends on how the difficulty of the word and how many backlinks can we get to really push for that content. Okay. With paid strategies, there's a different thing. We need to create sets of content specifically for content per ad set for the specific target client. And when you do an ad set, don't put one image. Always test two images so that you would know what works well, and then after a certain period of time you turn it off, and then make the higher converting ad, and then you need to A/B test it again with another ad, almost similar, but you just tweak on the description, the headline, and so on. Okay, so again, in this period of the promotion, you do some test and optimization. What's the allowable time of testing optimization, which is a common question? When you have a new ad, just let it simmer for about 2 weeks for Google Ads. For Facebook ads, we always suggest 10 days as a learning curve for you to be able to get it. As soon as you have that segment, then you can start improving it on a weekly basis. If you have a very good number of budget, because the thing is, if the budget is lower, then getting higher sample on an ad is pretty low. But if your budget is a bit higher, or at least on the average, then you get a better sample of audience, which you can use in retargeting. After promotion, you need to polish. It's really important that you understand the measurements, meaning, is Google Analytics connected, Web Console, Google Tag. If you can afford third-party platforms like WordStream, SEO Profiler, you can do that, so that, or Adspresso, you can integrate all these platforms so that you will have a real view on the ads, either per day or on weekly basis, and they constantly generate reports so that you can just see what's the output, and then uh, make irrational and logical adjustment based on the information that you gathered. Second, uh, budget allocation needs uh, don't need to be constant, because for a time, if you're able to really generate uh, certain level of traffic, and then you are able to optimize the ad, you don't really need to spend that much unless you want to stay that way. So just so that you can just increase the traffic leads that you can get for per ad. Next is you need to implement also automation and bots, especially if people are putting dropping by to your site. And lastly, now you have segments and data that was gathered from the previous campaigns or ad sets. You can use that actually to retarget these customers. Retargeting means, I'll just give you an example. Example, if you're into Lazada and you look for something, an item, example, a PC, you would realize that after looking at that page, you can see almost similar ads in any platform that you have visited. Why? Because you are being retargeted. Because they have identified that you're a probable buyer of this product, then this image will always be there until you clear your cache. The point is, these ads are priming you to become buyers. Now, uh, if you're doing, uh, if you're an agency and your leverage is the quality of people that you can provide or the value, then you may have to put in case studies, how you're able to help agencies, or any deals that you might have. For example, free consultation, free trial for 2 weeks, and so on, just for them to get into the funnel. And as soon as they're into the funnel, you can uh, give them a freebie, a tripwire for them to be able to test your service. And after that, you can make them a solid fan of your service to the point that they keep referring you to the clients. And in the long run, if the engagement is better, then you get more clients with the same ad spend because the word of mouth is there, people referring you more clients. Now, going back to ads, still the value of the quality of the leads that you can get will always be commensurate to the optimization that you can do to your ads, specifically targeting to the buyer persona. Okay? In a gist, paid ads is one of the most efficient and cost-effective way of generating more leads fast for your business. Okay? Second, the successful campaigns are not run one time. Most often, successful campaigns are the ones that has been there for a time. They have tested and optimized their campaigns, ad sets, and their ads themselves. And you need to do that also. If you can't do that, then the other thing that you can do is always replicate on the other successful ads and make it yours. How they do it, copy it, and then try to implement it. If it's not working, then tweak it on your until it works for you. Third, top digital paid ads agencies who has an extensive success track record of serving same clientele or same industry. Because if they can provide you that information, case studies, or working background, then the probability of them getting or spotting the right audience for you is higher. Meaning the the search or the probability of you getting the right buyers or the right customer that you want to target is way higher. And that officially ends my talk. I really appreciate you for being here. If you have any question at all about how you can generate more leads via paid ads, feel free to contact me via Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Looking forward to connecting with you in the future. Daghang salamat. Thank you very much, Pioneer, Beyond Philippines. Thank you.